Hello to all our learners. This is Renette Martinez, your oral communication teacher. I know you have mixed feelings right now considering the pandemic crisis we are facing. But as the saying goes, there is no stop in learning. Today we have two objectives. The first is at the end of the lesson, students or you are expected to define communication, and the second one is to identify the nature of communication. And our topic for today is about the definition and the nature of communication. I will show you these pictures. Can you describe the pictures? Any thoughts? Of course, these pictures give you an idea about the nature of communication. Let me ask you, what comes into your mind when you hear the word communication? Write any word or phrase in the comment section below. If you want to know more about the overview of what communication is, please watch my video entitled The Importance of Communication. I guess here or there, yes. It is a fact that we spend most of our time communicating. I don't know if you can live without communication. Can't you? That's impossible. Human communication started thousands of years ago, and we are just privileged that nowadays our way of communication becomes easier. Communication came from the Latin word communicare or communicare, meaning to share or to have something in common. Communication is the exchange of thoughts, feelings, expressions, and observations among people. There is a wide variety of contexts and situations in which communication can be taking place. It can be a face-to-face interaction, phone conversation, group discussion, a meeting or interview, a letter, a class recitation, even attending webinar or online classes. Can you imagine we are having classes online? It may not be a face-to-face interaction, but communication is still possible. Thanks to technology, people may have transmit or deliver messages either verbally using words and phrases or non-verbally using signs or objectives or other gestures. That's why we have this quotation, actions speak louder than words. This means action is a form of communication. Communication does not focus on talking, even sign language. The way we communicate vary from the way we talk, our mannerisms, style, actions, how we use words, whether in spoken or written form. The way I speak differ from yours. Millennials or young people like you have different way of talking. They have new terms. They have their own lingo. All these have meanings, and they are all important in communication. Let's proceed to the nature of communication. First is, communication is a process. This tells us that it requires creativity. Since language evolves, we have noticed new terms nowadays. Even we have COVID-19 newly blended words. You can watch my video on COVID-19 new words, meaning communication among people is active and is a continuing condition of life. A process that changes as the communicators' environments and needs change. Who would have thought that COVID-19 would greatly affect all people in the world? Yet, because communication is a process, we have learned to adapt to a new trend, new words, newly found way of communicating, and above all, the new learning modality. Second nature is communication occurs between two or more people, the speaker and the receiver. A while ago, I showed you pictures. In communication, there is always a speaker and a receiver, the one who speaks and the one who listens. In other words, communication is interactive. The third nature of communication is communication can be expressed through written or spoken words, actions or the nonverbal, or both spoken words and nonverbal actions at the same time, meaning communication is symbolic. When we talk of the nature of communication, the list is long, but giving you three is enough to start the overview of what communication is all about. Now let's recap. What is communication? Can you define in your own words the meaning of communication? Communication is simply the exchange of thoughts, feelings, expressions, and observations among people. What are the three natures of communication? Communication is a process. Communication is interactive. And communication is symbolic. My question for you that you need to answer. In terms of online communication, how can you stay safe on the internet? Share your answers in the comment section below. I hope you learned something from this lesson. Happy learning! See you!